I'm pleased to have in the studio this morning Rodney Davis, who is running for the 13th Congressional District in Illinois. Good morning.
Good morning, Jill. How are you?
We're good. Give me a little background on you, Rodney. May I call you Rodney?
Absolutely. Please. I'd rather you not call me anything worse.
Not until after the interview. Give me some background.
Well, I'm just a normal guy. I'm from Taylorville, Illinois. Grew up there. Married my high school sweetheart, Shannon, who's a nurse by trade and teaches nursing school in Springfield at St. John's College. Got 3 kids, 15-year-old daughter, twin boys who are 11. And I think when we chatted last, I let you know when I found out I got the nomination for this, I was coaching their baseball game, their Little League game.
So, and you worked for Congressman Shimkus for how many years?
I worked with Congressman Shimkus his entire time in Congress, 16 years so far, and worked out of the Springfield office. So I spent all my time here in Illinois helping constituents deal with the bureaucratic red tape of Washington and helping communities, access partnerships with the federal government, to do important things like expand US 67.
Yeah. When I was preparing to have you here, we just went through I shouldn't say we, Missouri just went through their primary on Tuesday, and we get all the ads from Missouri on the TV. They all kept talking about Washington being broken, and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. What can you say to that?
Washington is broken.
It is broken. I know that, but I mean, no one's given any answers.
Yeah, no, I'll give answers.
Okay,
and that's what I like to talk about on the campaign trail, and venues like this give me the ability to talk about how Democrats and Republicans have failed in Washington. It's not a partisan issue anymore. It's an issue of effectiveness. And we haven't had a long-term solution to our agricultural crisis in this country. In a year of historic drought, I cannot believe the Democrats and Republicans can't come together to pass a comprehensive farm bill that includes a strengthened crop insurance program and better risk management tools for all our crops, even including the specialty crops in Calhoun County like peaches and apples and melons, for example. That's a failure. And I'm not optimistic they're going to be able to pass a long-term bill before the end of the year. And I look forward to sitting on the Agriculture Committee when I'm elected in November and being able to take what I hear from the farmers and the folks in this area and take it to Washington and make sure we get it into the bill so that it's a good bill. I also am upset that we haven't seen Democrats or Republicans in Washington effectively address what I like to call the largest tax increase in American history on all Americans that's going to take place December 31st unless they come together and extend the current tax rates. And when they do that, that's going to give small businesses the certainty they need, and they'll be able to create jobs.
And I think the small business people are crying right now because, they always talk about the middle class. We're going to help the middle class. But it's not happening.
Well, you're right. I grew up in a small business household. I worked at our family restaurant all through college.
What was it called?
A McDonald's.
Oh, you were a McDonald's guy. Okay.
Yeah, my dad started at the very first McDonald's in Des Moines, Iowa in 1958, and then worked his way up there. And age 34, moved us to Taylorville, and we got us a franchise opportunity.
Cool.
And when I was 7, we were there. And I started picking up trash in the parking lot at a very young age after Friday and Saturday nights.
I bet you bagged a lot of fries, haven't you?
I did. But it was a great experience. And, that jobs at places like that are where our young children get a chance to learn responsibility and earn that paycheck and be better individuals for our communities. But people like my dad can tell you that without certainty what their tax bill is going to look like or what their health care costs are going to look like or what their food costs are going to be, they can't begin to invest in not only equipment but inventory, and most importantly, they can't invest in people. And that's where true economic recovery is going to come from. It's going to be on the backs of small business owners, those job creators. And if Washington doesn't stop talking about how government creates private sector jobs, I think all of us are going to go crazy. Washington creates the environment to allow private sector jobs to be created. They don't create them. And that's why change is needed in Washington, and that's why somebody like me needs to be out there.
I mean, you have had the background with working for Congressman Shimkus for all those years, and I find it kind of ironic. Why are you doing this? You've been beating your head against the wall as part of Shimkus's office for all these years.
Well, I believe I believe things can get done. And after working within this arena for 16 years, I understand that somebody like me who has the experience can go out to Washington and with a very small learning curve and immediately become a leader on the issues that are affecting the 13th district and the Jersey and Calhoun and Greene County areas the most. That's why I think somebody like me is needed now more than ever in Washington, to be able to walk out there with a perspective of frustration at both parties and work together with Democrats and Republicans to get things done. You know, I've got a history of doing that here. If you look at the folks that are involved with US 67, I would urge you to ask them about our input on that road project and working with people of all walks of life in all parties. And that's the type of effectiveness I think I bring.
A few things I want to touch on because we don't have a lot of time. Obamacare.
Repeal and replace with a market-based system that's going to provide us a true cost-effective safety net to those who are uninsured and underinsured.
Do you even understand it?
Understand Obamacare? What I understand is enough to tell me that we need to repeal and replace it. I don't think anyone understands what the true impact is going to be.
That's what people ask, what is it? We don't know.
You know, I think a good question that we need to ask is, we've got, a good question that needs to be asked is, do we understand our insurance plans now with the little thin booklets? You know, I go in and I look to see what each test is going to cost. My wife's a cancer survivor, so I know that booklet better than most.
Yeah.
But I can tell you the solution to not understanding our thin booklets is not a 2,700-page bill.
That's right.
Like Obamacare. And that's what frustrates me. And that's why we've got to get rid of it since the Supreme Court codified it and put in a plan that's going to allow the doctor and patient to get involved in the healthcare delivery system again when it comes to cost. Because that's the true problem in healthcare right now is the cost.
Right. Briefly, Dr. Bob Gill is your opponent.
David
Gill. I'm sorry.
Oh, don't be sorry.
I'm sorry, Dr. Gill. But he is the first time you're both novices, I guess, is running for office, even though you have been in campaigns before.
He is not a novice. He's actually been running for Congress about 10 years. He's run 3 times against Congressman Johnson in the other district.
I gotcha.
That's kind of been his hobby, I guess, for the last decade. I'm a new candidate,
right?
And I'm somebody that has just got nominated to the ballot 10 weeks ago.
Yeah. I imagine you're looking forward to seeing some areas of the state that you maybe have not seen for a while, or.
You know, this district is part of it is new to me, but the new portions are areas that I'm familiar with too. Macon County, Decatur. I lived there while I was in college for 3 years, so I'm reacclimating myself. Champaign-Urbana. I'm familiar with the area. DeWitt County and Bloomington and also Piatt County. Those are the new areas. But the areas here, like in Jersey and Calhoun, Greene, Macoupin, those areas are areas that I'm familiar with from my past job and traveling in this area. So it's great to reacquaint myself with folks from all walks of life.
Well, I'm sure people will be seeing you around in the next couple of months.
Absolutely. I would urge everybody to feel free to get to know me. Our website is www.electrodney.com, and our phone number is area code 309-306-1318. Call me. I'd love to chat with you.
Thank you for making time in your busy schedule, I'm sure, and hope to have you back in sometime in the next couple of months.
I will gladly be back, and I really, really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me today, Jill.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.